Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your time and attending for today. So my name's Jess. I'm part of the membership team. So one of the main, obviously, queries that we've had recently is in regards to permits. Obviously, it's fairly new and something that's come in. So we said we wanted to give everyone the opportunity to have a bit of a better understanding in terms of why we're doing it, what it's for, and any frequently asked questions that might obviously help a few for yourselves. In terms of this presentation, once I've completed mine, Ellie will then go on to her section, and then at the end of that, we'll take an open Q&A for both of us on that one. So we'll get started for you. So obviously one of the main things we've done is bring permits in-house. If anything, that brings several benefits to ourselves and you. So some of the key reasons with this move, it obviously is advantageous, but specifically the Thomas report mandated that emergency action plans and event risk assessments should be kept on record and accessible to appropriate England boxing officials, event organisers and welfare officers before events begin. And then this will allow EB to have a way of monitoring the performance of supervisors to ensure the emergency action plan is being complied with. So obviously the reasonings for this, we've got greater control and consistency. So it ensures uniform application of policies and procedures across all regions. So it gives them the opportunity to be able to have it all in place together in one spot. And then it also reduces the risk of external inconsistencies in approvals or documentation requirements. So with it being in-house, it gives us the opportunity to do it quicker, more concise. Obviously there's a lot less sort of issues with the in-betweens, but that's obviously what makes it easier with it being in-house. So there's improved oversight and compliance alongside with it. It allows direct monitoring of compliance with England boxing regulations that are linked to this. And then it also reduces errors and risk of non-compliance with safeguarding, health and safety or other governing body requirements as well as. Number 3, faster processing and efficiency. So as mentioned, in terms of linking with greater control. So it gives internal processing which is streamlined. It reduces delays caused by third-party involvement again. So say if obviously your region prior might have had a few more commitments on, it gives us the opportunity to make it quicker and efficient as we do it. There's also a quicker resolution of issues and direct communication with clubs and officials too. Then number 4, data security and record keeping. Obviously GDPR is one of the biggest things that we all deal with now. So there's easier access to historical records if disputes or queries arise as well. Ensures all documentation remains with England boxing systems, also improving the data protection too. So with that being on record, say if anything does occur, at least we have that on reference to be able to provide that then as well. Number 5, enhanced communication and support. Clubs and members can contact a single familiar point of contact rather than dealing with an external provider. So say if you call or email, that would either be myself, Michael or Jake within membership. So we'd be your main point of contact, but we also liaise direct with your region too, so it's all in one main spot. This also provides internal teams that can provide better support, training and guidance on the process. Again, that's where ourselves in membership will come in handy for you on that one. And then number 6, it's in alignment with the wider strategy. So obviously us at England, we're aiming to centralise the operations like with what we've got with Sport 80 at the moment. Everything in one place, members can see everything that's linked to their initial profile, and then this aligns with that actual approach of us having everything in one centralised place. And then in terms of future aspect, it supports long-term goals of improving governance, efficiency and standardisation as well. So myself, Jake and Michael have come up with a few frequently asked questions that we do get throughout sort of this new period with the permits at the moment. We understand obviously it's been a bit of a change for everyone, but I think most members have adapted to it really well. So some of the main ones we've had is how do I change my boxer's weight category or change from junior to junior cadet? Anything weight related or any sort of particular changes in regards to this come through ourselves at membership anyway. Again, so if you ever contact us through phone, email or obviously through this contact support on the actual locker, we'd answer that efficiently and quickly for you. We just need the details of that member, initially club and date of birth, just obviously narrow it down as well, and we can do that nice and quickly. So that is a nice easy one if anything. We also get how do I know if I have the right number of bouts on my profile? Any members that were previously registered that have had the old paper BCR1 book, they'll have had images of that book uploaded, which will be under the amateur boxing results upload, which is on a member's profile. so they're viewable, but only supervisors can actually open that actual photo to view it itself, and ourselves at the NGB. Again, that's probably more for data protection as well, but that's obviously what we're priding ourselves on to make it nice and efficient. One of the main ones I'd say that's probably quite important is obviously previous combat experience. It is quite difficult for members that don't understand it, but again, that's what we're here for. So we've got, how do I declare previous combat experience on my profile, and how does this affect my entry? So every member on their initial profile has a previous combat experience section. Initially, if they're new to the system, they can input their details on there. So whether it be white collar, unlicensed, alliance, jiu-jitsu, karate, kickboxing, anything such as, we can then do the conversion for that, and this can be found in the EB rulebook on section 1.1 under previous combat experience, and it shows you the conversions for each sport as well. Of course, we don't include sports such as tennis or football. That's obviously not a contact sport in the terms of what we use this for. And of course, a person's previous combat, like we say with the conversion, relates to a person's eligibility with championship entry forms. And of course, on the forms, they have a entry requirement which members do need, so it's the main part of their eligibility. So that transfers and goes over into that. And of course, for members to be able to take part in a particular category, they need to be able to hit that requirement. And of course, that's where those bout conversions come in, gives the member the chance to actually make sure it does state what is listed, and of course it needs to be no more or no less than what is stated on the actual eligibility form itself as well. But if anyone obviously does have any issues with that, or struggles, or anything in particular where they're a bit worried about, they can contact us. We can give that guidance as well and make it nice and streamlined and straightforward. So we're just continuing on with just one more initially for the FAQ. So as clubs, a few people have mentioned what do we do about our club permits. So myself and Michael have gone over this as well. Michael's kind of helped me put this part together. So club permits will be going through the locker from June 1st, so the new coming season, so 25-26 season. So, and there'll be two options available for clubs as well. So permits via the locker, so entries that aren't on the platform. Permit fees are paid through the locker, and entry fees won't be through the locker. And then the other option is permit and entries are via the locker, so similar to the championship sort of events. And of course, permit fees and entries taken through the locker, but must have a club Stripe account set up. I do believe we've been going over this recently with our events manager as well to make sure it's set up nice and easy. But again, that's something we can support in any way as we go throughout this. As mentioned, that's the end of my initial presentation. Ellie's now going to go on to her side of the presentation, and then once Ellie's completed hers, we'll then be able to take questions. Thank you for listening. On behalf of membership, I'll pass you over to Ellie now.
I'm Ellie. I'm a club support officer and part of the club, the community development team. You may know that all of these new documents, well, not new documents, these documents all need to be uploaded onto the locker for your affiliation next season. So the documents that we need to see on the locker are your DFIB information, evidence of a bank account, club constitution, club child protection policy, and a club health check. I'll just go through all of these to make sure we're all confident with how to get them onto the locker correctly. So how to upload these documents: you go onto your club profile, and then you go to club documentation section, and then click the blue add club document button, and this will come up with all those documents that you need to upload, and then you just click the one you're ready to upload and put that on. Something to keep in mind is that documents can only be uploaded as a PDF, a JPG or JPEG or a PNG. So for example, Word documents can't be uploaded directly. They'll need to be saved as PDF before they can be uploaded. Your DFIB will need your serial number, manufacturer, and if your DFIB is not on site, we need the postcode of that. Your DFIB needs to be within 2 minutes and 30-second walk away from your gym for us to have that. All this information will be on your DFIB. So it should be pretty easy to input this information. Just another thing to flag up is to make sure you are turning your DFIB on regularly, just to check the battery is still working. If you don't have a DFIB, or there's not a DFIB within a 2.5 minute walk from you, get in touch with your regional CSO and they'll be able to help you get one with funding. The next thing is the club bank account details. We don't need to see what's in your bank account, we just need to see evidence that you do have a bank account, and it does need to be in the name of your club. So evidence from this can be a letter from your bank, a checkbook, an image of online banking, as long as it includes the name of your bank and your club name on it. That's what we need to see. Again, when you click onto that Add Documents button and then onto your club bank account details, it'll come up with a page like this, and you just need to upload a file of an image of that evidence. Your club constitution needs to be uploaded as well. So there is a club constitution template on the England Boxing website. This is a link that will take you straight to that document. The template is really easy to use. It has in red the bits that you need to change. So if you go through and change them, so on this page, the first page, it'll be the name of your club, and then the next page will ask you for your committee members, how your fees are paid, how many meetings you have with your committee, and how minutes are recorded. So that's all on that template. You just need to edit it so it's correct for your club, all the information is right for your club, and then upload it as a PDF onto the club documentation section. Again, just the bits that you need to change on the constitution document. Similarly with the club child protection policy, there's a template on the website that can be found through this link, and you just need to change the bits that have insert or in brackets on this document. So here you need to change the name, and then this bit's quite important, so you do need to put the name and contact number of your club welfare officer. It will also ask for the contact details of your regional safeguarding officer, which can be found on this link on the England Boxing website, and then it has the national compliance and safeguarding manager contact details there as well. The other bit to fill out is these local services, so you'll probably have to do some Googling to find like the number of your local child social care services. If there aren't any of these around you, you don't need to fill out all of them, just make sure as many as you can are filled out. And the last one is you do need a club health check. So this has to be done by your club support officer or a member of the England Boxing team. So in order to do this, you'll need to get in touch with your regional club support officer, and if you need the contact for them, there's a link there to all of the contacts for us. And the criteria for the club health check can be checked here. So all of those documents need to be uploaded before you can be affiliated with England Boxing.